Alrighty, hello guys, welcome your faces back to another Stormworks Search and Destroy video. Today we are continuing on with our heavy tank, and as you guys can see in the previous video, we actually came up with an idea for a turret to be added to this tank. However, after actually making the tank and making it look like this, I think the front end actually looks pretty good. I think the actual turret itself looks alright. It's a little bit too long, and I think the side of the tank actually looks okay too. However, the back of the tank looks a little bit strange. The fact that we can't see the radiator is very strange too. And yeah, so there is some things that I'd like to change. Today, I'm actually recording this directly after releasing or building the turret on this one. What I'm going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and change the tank, because what I've done, if you guys can see right here, is I've actually saved it in increments. So we do actually have the tank before we started the previous video. Now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to try and design the bottom base of the tank the way that I want it, and then maybe we can put like a tall turret on that instead. So that's what we're going to do today. Alright, so with all that being said then, let's go ahead and we'll actually paint this thing first. I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of the amphibious stuff as well, because I'm not going to focus on that today. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll get on with painting it a little bit and designing it a little bit nicer. Okie dokie, so I've done a delete on the whole section back here, which is great because now it's not there. Right, okay, so with that being said then, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and start painting this thing, because honestly, paint usually makes things look a hell of a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and paint the tracks, essentially like all the way around the outside, if that makes sense. So we're going to do this all the way underneath, there we go, so all the way under here, all the way to the back end, and it's just going to be done like that. That's excellent. We're then going to do it on this piece as well, all the way down to the back end also. There we go. And we're going to do this bit right here. Bosh. There we go. Excellent. And we're going to go ahead and do this bit right here as well. Also, excellent. Very nice. We're also going to paint this just because we can, and it's there to be painted. We're then going to actually paint the top of this bit. We're going to paint the sides of these pieces as well. So we're going to do this and possibly that. There we go. And that is all actually looking splendid. Alright, we're going to go back to the front. We're going to paint this piece and all the way around the top of this as well. And all the way down there. So I actually think that looks way better, personally. So let's go ahead and spawn it in. And yeah, I think that actually looks pretty sick. Cool. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to go ahead and get on with actually designing this to be like a low level tank, or a very short tank with quite a tall turret, because I think that actually fits the tank a little bit more than what we did previously. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make the fenders look a little bit nicer. Essentially, one into these, we're actually going to go ahead and delete this guy and this guy and this guy, and we're going to fit these guys, because honestly, I actually think a little bit of variation in the height actually looks pretty sick. So we're going to go ahead and do that right there, and we'll also do it right here at the back. There we go. And honestly, I think that actually looks really, really cool, and sort of fits with the tank a lot more than what we did earlier. So there you go, look at that. I think that actually looks pretty cool. I've also just done this little bit right here as well, just to fit in a little bit more, because, yeah, we can. So, I don't know whether that bit at the front is going to stay. I might leave it as it was. In fact, I am going to leave it as it was. But the rest actually looks pretty sick. I do like it. Right, okay, so with that being done, I don't know about the colour of the tank. Honestly, I've just used this green that I've had saved forever. What if we had a red tank? No, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, what if it was like a darker green? I honestly think that looks worse. So actually, we're going to go ahead and stick with my green for right now, and we'll continue it as it is. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okie dokie, so let's go ahead and design ourselves a round turret that we can actually use on this thing, and hopefully all will go well. So the way that I want to do it then is we're going to go with 3 of these guys on the corners, because that just makes sense, I suppose. So we're going to go ahead and start it there, go all the way to the back there, and we're going to send this across here. Okay, excellent. We're going to do the same at the front, and the same at the back. Okay, excelente. We're then actually going to go ahead and grab some 1x2s. And I think we can add these on without it looking really weird. But at the same time, I'm not so sure. I don't know whether it already looks weird. If we add these pieces, then it's not really like a round shape. It's more of like a pointy round thing, and I don't like it. I really don't like that. So if we delete these guys, delete that one, that one, that one. Delete this one, and these guys. We're going to have to make that bigger. We're going to have to make that bigger, which is kind of insane, but there you go. Let's go ahead and attach this guy to there, just like so. We're going to do the same thing on the rear. So do this, this, and this. There we go. Awesome. And we should be able to just do this. Okay, all the way backwards to there. Awesome. Go ahead and seal this off like so. Do the same thing on the front, on the back, and on the front as well. Okay. And then, this makes it even bigger. But we're going to go ahead and do this. It does mean that you could actually store, like, people in the tank. Maybe not people, but you know what I mean. Right, delete these guys, actually, and we'll seal that there. There we go. That looks a hell of a lot better. Nice. Go ahead and seal this off like so. And then we've got round sides, which is nice. And I actually kind of want to do the round front as well. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And that. And there you go. It's much more of a round shape. But on the back, I think we're going to have it extended out backwards. Because I think that honestly looks pretty good. Okie dokie. So how do we actually want this to work then? I think I'm going to actually use 1x4s or 2x4s to actually make this work. So we're going to go ahead and do this forwards as we go. So we're going to do that. We're going to do this bit as well as we go backwards. There we go. And we're going to seal these guys together. So like this. This is obviously where the turret's going to go. So we should probably leave that open. And then we got these guys right here. Now, if I was to design it fully as a circle or whatever, then the back bit would actually go in too. However, I kind of feel like designing it so that the back end goes out, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? But that would mean that the side of the turret would actually have to be flat, which is weird, isn't it? If the side was flat like that, we'd then have to do this. But I think it does look pretty cool. I do actually think that looks cooler than what we were going to do. So I might actually have to keep that. But anyway, extend this all the way backwards like so. And that actually looks pretty sick to me. I really like it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and seal this off on the top. And we'll see what this looks like. And this will be our turret design version 2. Because, yeah, why not? Why not have multiple version designs? Because then at least some of you guys will like this. Some of you guys will like the previous one. And we can decide on which one we actually want to use. There we go. So that's actually pretty awesome. It's a little bit like the KV2 in terms of the fact that it looks kind of weird. And the turret is actually way, way, way too big. But do we have an artillery cannon here? We do. I think we can actually fit an artillery cannon into this. And it wouldn't look too out of place. I actually think that looks like it would work. We'd then do this. There we go. We'd seal this off. Pretty much. So seal all that off all the way to there. And I think I want to do something with the back end so that it actually pokes out backwards too. So we'd do something like this. Maybe just 2 or something like that. And then we could actually attach it straight back on with each other, and I think that'd be fine. So if we do something like this, there we go. Awesome. Go ahead and seal that off. We can do something with this guy all the way across there. Fix it all together and do all of this too. Now, I don't know whether this is going to be okay or not, but I'm sure it's fine. And we'll seal this together as well. Purely by using, I guess, these actually. Yeah, there we go. So use less space. Bam. Okay, so that goes over the air filters. That's fine. Obviously, the turret will turn side to side, and then the gun itself will have to be on a pivot so that it can go up and down. And I think that would actually work. But obviously, the turret is a hell of a lot bigger than it probably should be. But, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it still. I honestly really like that design. Possibly more than the previous one. Yikes. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do then is I'm actually going to go ahead and drive this one outside. We'll go ahead and stop it somewhere out here. And we'll park the other one next to it. And we'll see which one you guys actually prefer. Because, yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think, to be fair. Okie dokie, so here they are, both parked right next to each other. Obviously, that one's the new one, this is the older one, and I think the new one actually does look like it fits more. It's obviously got the bigger gun. We might be able to change that turret to have a bigger gun too, to be fair. But then it's going to be really, really tall, and honestly, that's not really what you want from a tank, I suppose. We could also make this turret a little bit smaller if we used, like, 2s instead of 4s, if that makes sense. So if we go up 1 block, and then we use 2s instead of 4s, I think we can make this turret a little bit smaller, but also look pretty much exactly the same, but obviously smaller. But yeah, I actually really like the way that one looks. I like the way this one looks too, to be fair, but this one looks futuristic, that one doesn't. And I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below which one you guys actually prefer. And we might even do another design. We'll see. But anyway, for right now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one, where we decide what we want to do.